All right, so we are here. We are back from our trip, and sheesh, I heard it's been very tough trading these past couple days that I've been gone. Um, HPCO is probably my favorite one right now. It's our leading gap. Where PEGY was also moving. This one also doesn't look so bad. I don't have any daily levels drawn out. I don't have anything drawn out at the moment. See, I guess 647, 650 really. So we broke pre-market highs already with PEGY. I'll lower this a little bit. No fill there. Coming up to our first resistance point. I guess PEGY is my favorite one right now. We have a gap fill here, 760, all the way to 795. So about a 30-cent gap fill there. Okay, I'm just waiting it out. I could have taken that trade there at 30, 32, 35. I'm waiting it out because I don't know how this market's been. I've heard it's been choppy and a lot of false breakouts. Similar to the beginning of the week when we were trading, or the beginning of the month, I heard it's been about the same, like really choppy, really trashy. But I mean, it seems like Peggy's holding up pretty strong. Seems like this one's doing really good. So it's just an opportunity I missed right here from 635 all the way to 685 now. I'm gonna hold off on buying dips. There's a false break already. That's a nasty drop already. So hit right at my support line and bounced. Have a couple more minutes before the next 5-minute candle open. So we have an inside candle. Getting the 1,000 share starter there. Fill at 55. Looking for this to pop back above its high here. 75. Selling there with the loss. 30-cent loss there. I sold because it came back to 52 and I just didn't want to see the bid flash through 50 all the way down to like 40 or 30. So you gotta be careful here. This next 5 minutes gonna open. If this can finish green, I wouldn't be upset with it. I'd actually want to take a trade. We have an inside candle, but now we have a red candle on the inside at the moment, so I'm kind of just not really sure. long here. 70. No, instantly so false break already. So that was already a nasty. Outside like $100 loser there. So this is our first pullback. First consolidation, I guess, and now we already got a false break. We'll wait on it. Long there for the break. Long at 58. So for a loss again. 60. As soon as I saw it come back to 50, it felt like I needed to stop out. So again, I'm trading within the chop. I was looking for the break at this 1 minute high at least. High 61. Didn't even get that. So let's see, we're popping back up here again. 60. Massive sellers stacked within 60. You have 65, 66, 67. Filled there at 49. Just gonna stop out at 51, I guess. It's not easy to borrow, so I can't just short it. It's finally breaking down to the low side here. Long here at 50 or 49, I guess. Right at my support line, looking for this to break higher. Sold with the loss there. So then we get a pop. That's so cool. Ah, man, I'm buying some really bad support areas, I guess. I'm getting chopped out in this stock really bad. Nah, so I don't even know why I'm still watching PEGY. That one's not doing anything. IMUX is moving, but could go for the daily high, 964. I would need a pullback on this one though, so we'll keep that one on watch. HPCO looks really choppy here, so I probably won't treat that. ADTX. This one doesn't look so bad. PGY curling back up again. Long there, 55. I bet it's going to be a false break. Stopping out again, 48. So I can't even get the quick scalps in. It sucks. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the next 5 minute on PGY. It doesn't make sense why I'm trying to buy here. I'm buying at the highs. It doesn't make any sense. So there's too many losers within this chop here. There's a 5 cent loss, you get a 9 cent loss, you get another, I don't know, 6 cent loss, just another back to back. It's just so many little losers in this chop. I can't be trading in this chop. I need to figure this out as to how to take these trades here. I prefer if it breaks its 5 minute low, 32 by 33. It's basically a double bottom there. It doesn't make sense why I'd be trading in this small little range. I have to wait for the breakout. IMUX finally pulling back here. HPCO popping up towards VWAP, but it looks choppy. ADTX here, what I meant to watch earlier. I drawn on my lines here, but I guess it's not. It's just not gonna put them, so it's kind of annoying. I don't know what's going on with the charts. Now the thing with ADTX is it's light on volume. We are getting an increase in volume here as we ramp up towards VWAP, but want to make sure it's gonna hold. I'm gonna get long here for anticipation of the next 5 minute high to break over 44. Potentially 45. My target would have to be about 45 here. It's 44 now, 45. So I can get filled on my exit. Cancel my order. We're gonna wait for this next 1 minute to break through. See if you can break through view up here. I'm gonna try and get rid of it here at 43. Canceling my order again. 45, 46, trying to sell at 44. There it is. Just got the exit there. Hit 46, 1 cent break, and that was kind of it. So fill at 38 out of 30. Fill at 30. Yeah, 8 out of 44. So practically a double top here. No, it has a huge rejection though. That doesn't help the stock at all. PEGY. I don't know what I want to do with this one. If I still want to trade it or not. It's too choppy. It's within this little range here, and I'm not feeling like trading it. I could just buy each dip, and then just wait for the pop, dip, and then pop, dip, and then pop. We could try it out because it's within this trading range here, but I don't know yet. Let's see if we get a triple bottom here if it's actually gonna break its low. That's 5 minute. Low's 33. So choppy here on 42. I'm waiting for that break lower to 32. Waiting for the false break here. So now it's still holding. I'm surprised. I'm still waiting for a false break on it. It keeps touching a new high and then pulling all the way back like another 10 cents. Touches a high, pulls back. There's a false break here. Long there at 24. I'm stopping out at 19. That's not worth it. I had a feeling too, if I'm being honest. I had a feeling that this third one was just gonna break lower. So it took another loss there. Only 5 cents. Still, it's not a huge loss, but still. Um, so I guess it's still it's still happening. These false breaks are just disgusting. This month has just been false break after false break after false break. Like there's been so many traps, and I felt like this third one, like I said, was gonna break out to the low side. Like I was waiting for the false break, and I've had a huge feeling it was gonna happen. But I thought it was gonna come back down to one of these lows again, 32, 33. The only reason I didn't feel it was actually gonna hold this low is because it was actually starting to come back down here. It was actually holding these lows. And then you just see this random spike. So I was like, nah, like if there's gonna be a random spike, I would imagine it's gonna be a false breakout with it, especially since it was on its downtrend already. And it wasn't making higher highs at that point. So I was like, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna finish low here, and then it's gonna drop, or it's gonna spike and then drop, and that's exactly what happened. Spiked and then dropped. So I mean, it was a third retest of it after a massive consolidation. So I'm not too surprised about it, but it just sucks. MUX. It breaks its 10-minute low and then pops back up. I wouldn't mind trying to take a starter on it. But right now, there's nothing good on watch. I mean, Peggy was the only one, but I just should have taken that initial trade. I just wasn't sure how the market's been. I don't want to take that trade. But I mean, all day it's been choppy, choppy, choppy with Peggy. So it started off really good initially, and then just chop city after that. So it's just that just sucks. Let's see, do we get a double bottom? Yeah, double bottom here. I'll get long at 48. I'll look for 60. Sold it there. Got a 59. I got the high that I wanted. That was a nice trade. All the way back down to 50 on the bid. That was a really nice trade there. So I saw resistance here at 60. I was about to undersell myself at about 54, 55. But this was my target here because I'd seen it touch this level a couple other times. So I decided to sell in that range. Now, if it really just, geez, that's a nasty false break. If it really wasn't showing strength, then 51 was my initial target, because 51 or 50, because right here it's been at this level as well multiple times. But my real target was 60 because it was the most obvious one. Resistance here multiple times, so I just felt that was the most obvious. This one was kind of respecting this line, not really, but it was mainly this one that I was respecting. So that's why 60 was my target, and now it's just a nasty false break. So let's see. PEGY on its, I don't even know how many reattempts here. It can go for 60 if anything. I'm gonna give this one more shot, but that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna get long here at 40. We're gonna look for the high 45 to break, and our first target should be like 48. So I'll go for about 8 cents. But really, I would want it to be up to 60. So I could sell half at 48 and then sell the rest at 60. On half there, trying to get 60. $55. So on the rest there, 55 or 53, I guess. Well, there's 60. Damn. So I hesitated there. So right idea, but I didn't really capitalize on that how I should have. I was gonna go for 60, which is about the same strategy I had for IMUX. Tap this level multiple times, but look at that massive rip I just sold out on. Really good position on my part. It's just, wow. That's a massive rip. I sold all my position too early. Wow. So that's halted going up now. So, that sucks. Wasn't able to capitalize on that. Not too sure how I want to go about this one after its halt. I think it's gonna be a false break. It's too bad it's not actually able to be shorted. I would love to short this one as well. Okay, so game plan on PEGY at this point, we can go for its daily. Its daily high, like we had mentioned earlier, which I had to redraw, is going to be the 760 level. Draw it a little lower here. High is 60, yeah, so 760 is basically where I have to put the line. Just put it there. And then our first other resistance point should be right here. Around 7 flat. So 706, basically 7 flat. That's where first resistance is. But it's gonna show, or it's showing that it's gonna open lower here. I'm not sure how true that is. But we have a gap fill from 760 all the way to 790. So we can fill that gap potentially. But we'll go ahead and wait it out and see. Flat resumption there. I'm not gonna trust this one. $701, there's a break of 7. Broke its 5-minute high and 10-minute high already. Gotta be careful here. So it could have got long there at 7. It's having a hard time here. First resistance level is 50. Broke 50. We're gonna hit 60 from 60. Then we have room all the way up to 90. Back down to the 20s here. Teens. Single digits. Break a 7. Not quite. It's kind of nervous. I wanted to buy the dips on this one at this point. It should have bought on the first initial dip down there at 707, 706. Okay, so we gotta look back at the previous chart here. So it did about the same thing. I could get long for the break of this high, 33. I don't feel comfortable though. It's looking like it's gonna be the same setup as this other one over here. Let's see what it wants to do. No, instead it actually broke this high. So false break in a way. Hasn't broken out tremendously. Still holding the 20s though. I still don't trust it. I'd rather break its low here and then pop back up. Low here is what? 12? I gotta be careful. It breaks its low of 12, then it's gonna just flush down through 7. Still popping up here, hitting 40 almost. So there, it broke its high. I don't want to buy up here. It hasn't had a proper pullback yet. It's making me nervous. Next 5 minutes should open here. I'd rather get a pullback candle. This can break the low of 720 here. That'd be cool. With a pop back up to 30 or 40. See, is it gonna break its low here? That's 26. 22. So I'm gonna move my position up here to 711. Could get long here, but I don't know. It for some reason it just seems so choppy. I could get long. I don't feel comfortable getting in this little thing. I see a triangle formation here. We'll keep it on watch. to pop up on the triangle position. There's breaking lower. Breaking that triangle formation back down to 7. Now we're getting a new triangle formation. I could move this lower. I hate these line studies, man. I hate that they're doing this. It's so annoying that the whole thing just blues out. That's ridiculous. So avoiding the chop right now on PEGY, waiting for it to properly set up on something. Let's see what else is popping up here though. ADTX, yikes, big sell-off. PPSI is another one we had on watch. Nothing there. Loco, nothing there. So IMUX popping back up again. That would have been a nice dip by there too at 40. Nice curl as well through view up here. It's almost like a cup and handle formation right here. So cup, small handle, and then a huge rip. So I just saw this. It's a nice rip on IMUX here. Wow, look at that push. That was a massive rip here from IMUX. So our first support would be here at 77, I guess. So there's the break at 9. Now I have to wait for this to pull back properly, I guess. Can't believe I missed that huge move. I thought it was a big move there. Almost basically 50 cents. Five-minute and 10-minute just open on this one. See if we can get the break at this low. Low of here is 80. So there was a touch of what, 80? Another touch of 80. I'm still waiting for that break at 80. Want to see this hit about 77. The dips are getting bought up basically, but right now it's too choppy to want to take that trade. I feel like it's gonna break lower here. It's just floating over 80. And imagine with this consolidation, it's eventually gonna break. There's 81. We don't have 77 support, we have 79 support, we have 70 support as well, or 69 I guess. Waiting for this 80 break. Getting long here, 84. It didn't break its low there, but it's not wanting to break its low like at all. So I'm gonna wait for this to pop up here. It's 89. It's 90. Selling half at 90. Canceling actually. Selling at 94. Got rid of it there at 94. So that was a 10-cent move there, 84 to 94. That wasn't a bad pop. It never broke its low. Like, it just kept hitting 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. It's probably going to break it here. There it is. Finally broke it. 77 was where I was trying to buy. But I don't feel comfortable buying on this little pop here. If it is going to pop, 77 was my target. I mean, I guess it would have been a really good dip buy there, but I don't know. For some reason, I didn't feel comfortable buying that. IMUX hitting the scans again, popping. Oh, well, I'm trading IMUX, Jesus. PEGY, I'm not really interested in that one at the moment. IMUX seems to be making a better move. If we get this inside candle, I'm definitely taking a long. Inside green candle high is 93, high of this candle is 98, and then high of this candle is 93. I mean 903. Gotta be careful though. I'll go ahead and draw my trend line here. Has to break over 94 basically, this high. Well, it broke there. It's not what I wanted. I wanted an inside candle. We could still go for the break of this high on the 5-minute, 903. But I really wish this finished as an inside candle, not breaking its last 1-minute high. Support just below 90, 87 there. Well, that was a really bad fill. Stopping out. That was a really bad fill. I saw 85 or 88, and that's where I wanted to get long. That was just a bad fill. That sucks. So that was an immediate $70 loser there for no reason. That actually sucks. I saw like 88. I got a bad fill just in general. So oh well. Could have held it, but see. So now we have a red inside candle, which I don't feel comfortable with, and it's hitting that high on my trend line. Getting long here at 80. Trying to, I'd seen 77 here, so I'm trying to buy that dip. See if we can get that pop through here. No pop, so selling. It's not breaking out at all. So 2-cent loss there. I was looking for a pop off that support line, but there's nothing there, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. MACD's curling anyways. So now it's not respecting that level I had anymore. Check on PEGY. PEGY's still in its sideways consolidation phase here. We have several bear flags, I guess is what it looks like, but now it's holding up. So quite a long consolidation on this one. It's actually getting really annoying. We'll keep this one on watch here. 10-minute looks good, but the 5-minute doesn't look the best. I'm gonna get long here actually at 7:30 in anticipation of the break through into the 40s. We'll wait on it. So I'm looking for the 40s. My first target, I would want to see it hold above this level here, specifically 41. And then after that, my target would be this high, which is 54, break of 50. So see, low of this candle is 22. It's the farthest I'd give it. I want to see this break through 30 at least. It's a lot of green. There's 33 finally, 35. 41 is my first target. That's the next 10-minute coming here. I would imagine it's going to be a nasty false break though, so I'm going to sell quick. It's 34, back down to 32. Break at 34. Not quite. I'm going to sell here at 34. Canceling actually. It's going to pull back here. Could add on that dip, but not going to. Just going to wait it out. Back to 32. It's 33. So we got our pullback. This has to make a move here. It's 30 again. Don't want to get flushed out on. Gotta be careful here. This is like the make it or break it point in this area, this tight little range. Back to 32. Inside red candle. Probably gonna have to stop out here. It's 30. I'd want this to finish green. It's not showing the strength behind it. $29, stopping out. I take a loss there. It's 25. Break at 25. Let's see if it does it. Not quite. Back down, so there's a break. 22 support. I don't know why I don't trust this one up here at all. I think if it's gonna break lower, we could see this thing surge, but So there's finally breaking trend. Let's see if it holds below this trend. If it can't hold below, then we can take a long in the 30s. Gotta be careful though. Coming back to 30 is 30, 33. Well, bad fill again. Long at 32. Try to get 30 there. So gonna look for the high break on this next 1 minute candle. Again, our first target would be 41. And then second target would be 54. It's 34. We're having a hard time breaking 34 here. That level's been a wall and a half. See if we can get some more green. There it is. Selling there at 34. It's not breaking out. So that was flat of a trade, basically. Waste of a trade. Huge wall of sellers there. We got one at 40, we got one at 50, got another at 47. Massive sellers stacked against us here. So false break again to the high side. It's not really choosing what it wants to do here. So I like the 5 minute here again, but where do I want to buy on this 5 minute? It has to finish green for me to be interested. 43 is the high. Breaking way lower here. So no, the way it's finishing at this point, no, I'm calling a wrap on this one. I'm done with PEGY. So IMUX breaking lower, finally down below VWAP, and it's easy to borrow, which I didn't know. So we could take a small starter of 500, 40. My target's gonna be the break of this low here, 33. So I'm filled there at 40. Looking for the break at 33. There it is. Flush any further, selling it there at 32. So about an 8-cent winner there. There's 30. Could have got more. Sheesh. I didn't have a price. I didn't have a target there, so that was kind of my fault for not setting something up. Could have sold it there at 22. Damn, it literally hit 22. So if I had a price target, like I could have sold there, because on the 5 minute it shows it right here, kind of obvious. Those two times it tapped that level. Could have sold there, but I undersold myself there. Bad. That was another 10 cents I could have made there. So I'm definitely right on the day today. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. We do have a couple good trades, but there's a lot of just testing, just a lot of testing. So like, trying it out. This was just a bad fill on this one. I wanted 88 or 90, somewhere around there. I got 92, and that was just a bad fill in general. I'd have to wait for the next 10 minute on this one. I think my target on the 10 minute would be this low here of 8 to 12. Potentially a touch of 8 down here, but I think primarily my first target would be 8 12. but it'd be on its 10-minute. I have to get back into like 50, somewhere here in the 40s, I'm assuming. PGY popping up again. I still don't trust this one. I'm pretty sure this is gonna do a nasty false break on us. This is trading within this little range here, so buying at the top here would be a mistake, I feel. Go ahead and restart our line studies. Excuse me. So there's the top. Bottom of the range here is going to be down here. So it's still trading within this little range. I got to be careful. Gonna delete the line studies here as well. Delete them here as well. And lastly on the daily. $7.10 would be our first target on this range of a low. Okay, so next 10 minutes gonna open here as well. I gotta be very mindful. 5 minutes finishing low, MACD's coming down. This could be it on this channel here. I could just be getting in a massive flush as well, so I gotta be careful. This is such a long sideways consolidation here though. I could get a long here because it's hit 20 several times already. S16, 15. See, close to 10. Not quite. Wonder if I should go for the break at this low though. 12. Pulling back quite a bit. Let's check an IMUX. This one just opened. So broke its low there. Hits close to 8, not quite 8, but hit close to 8. So where I actually wanted to get in, I said I'd get in around 840, 850. And it came close to 840, not quite where I wanted, but good enough. PEGY, let's go back to this one. I would have preferred if it broke its low or at least double bottom there on its 1 minute or 5 minute as well. We have declining volume and a 5 minute that's not looking good on its MACD. Here we go. Breaking lower here. Let's see if we can get 712. Break a 712 maybe. Not quite. So came back to 718 there. We're now breaking that 15 level. That 15 level is just a huge wall. After that, we have 710 support. But if we can break that low and pop up, it's just nah. This 5 minutes finishing so low here. I don't think it's worth watching. Because it wouldn't make sense to buy the dip here at all at this point. So there we broke its low, 710 support, broke through 710. Now what? I'm gonna get long at 18. I'm gonna look for this 1 minute high to break since we're trading at the bottom of this range here already. I feel like it could just bounce, especially with that dip getting bought up. Gotta be careful here. Back to 17. And break back into 17, 18 levels to 16, 14. Nah, I'm stopping out there at 12. Too many sellers started stacking at 15. We have support at 12, but no, it was just so another small little loss there. Just adding to these little losses. wanted to buy the support here down at the bottom. I mean, it's trending lower. It's just obviously declining here. It's not making higher highs at all. So that's kind of the first initial problem is it's not making higher highs. It's not changing trend or anything at the moment. It's just breaking lower. Now it's finally the back end of the move entirely, and it's, you know, with lower highs, and, you know, making lower lows practically like that. Um, you can't really trust this one, especially with the 5-minute MACD coming to a close. How it is, how I mentioned earlier. Same with the 10-minute. It was not a good setup at all. I just felt that this could, since it kept holding, and we saw that dip get bought up here, I figured this could just pop all the way back up to 40 again. Obviously, I'm completely late on these moves here, so if I bought this dip, boom, look at that, it went all the way to 40. If I bought this dip, boom, went up to 40. Bought this dip, 40. This dip, 40. So I'm really late on these moves, but I figured I'd give it another shot, just give it that chance, the benefit of the doubt. Just because I felt it could potentially break this 740 high, but again, that was already the back end of the move. I should have known with that 5-minute doing what it's doing already, that this was kind of going to be it. So that was completely on me for taking that $60 loss there. Now we got IMUX. I mean, this one is already breaking its 10-minute low there, 5-minute lows. It's just sideways at this point, kind of choppy. GPAC, not sure why that hit my scans at all. HPCO, still sideways, still choppy. ADTX, choppy, sideways. PPSI, same situation. SOPR, not sure why that's hitting my scans. mRNA, this is way too this is a way too high price. JTO, dead on volume. And that's kind of it. There's nothing else. APDN here. There's a nice cup formation there. That's a really nice 5-minute setup. But I think that's going to be it for me. Let's see how much we're down. Down 260, 270. That's not bad for the size that I was taking today. 1,000 shares all day today. I wouldn't say that's bad. IMUX I did capitalize on nicely. But PEGY too many small losers. One because of spreads. The spreads were kind of there at times, not always, but like right here's a 1 cent, 2 cent spread, but sometimes it'd be like 6 cents. I didn't capitalize on this position at all, which sucks. I could have bought the dip here at 7 out of the gates and taken a rip all the way to 760, but after the several times that I've bought in the right outside the halts, I mean, I don't know any setup. I don't have any real targets. I don't have anything. So I didn't want to buy that dip if I had no idea what I was doing there. Just didn't make sense to me. And it was kind of choppy as well. I didn't want to just think it was going to rip and then I get flushed out on all the way back to 660. So didn't take that. Initial target on this one, I undersold myself, so we did have a 50 targets, but then we also had the 60 target, and I undersold. I saw it hit 55, and then it dropped lower, and I just got a little nervous, so that's why I sold a little lower there. But just trading within this chop here, this is what really costed me, I'd say. Small little losers here in this little tight range with, you know, the fees included. It's just, you know, really hurting the account there. But it didn't do as much damage as I thought. I mean, if it wasn't for the other stocks, trading these other stocks and making those positions that I made, you know, I if it wasn't for those, then yeah, I'd be down about $400. But even $400 compared to what it was last week, down almost 2 grand, right? Overall, definitely down over 2 grand. We're almost at 3 grand. Yeah, basically this loss today puts us at a 3 grand loss. But with 1,000 shares, taking 1,000 shares compared to my 300 share positions that I used to take, I would say a $270 loss is not that bad. Knowing that I was taking such a large size, I guess I'm doing something right to an extent of cutting my losses quick, you know, trying to get out of positions that just aren't working. And later on in the day, like out here, I've been taking my time with trades. I've been giving Peggy too many attempts, I would say, especially in this tight range. So that's something that I did notice, that I'm, instead of waiting like this, like instead of waiting it out, these still didn't even work, but I'm just jumping in. And in the beginning, I'm just jumping in. And I think I'm jumping in so many times, giving it that little attempt or giving it those benefits of the doubts, because that's where the volume's usually the highest. That's where it's spiking all the time. But if I can capitalize on moves like this, I mean, that'd be even better. I did try to buy this dip here. Obviously, it just didn't work out. So 65 by 625 by 620, 5 cent loss there. So that's already $50. And then you're having little losses here. 5 cent loss here, 5 cent loss there, whatever. It's just loss after loss after loss. So all these accumulate to, you know, a total net P&L of negative 425. So I mean, if it wasn't for PEGY and over trading on PEGY, then I think I would have been relatively fine today. ADTX was a nice move here for that breakthrough VWAP or touch of VWAP. That was my initial target. We got the target like spot on. Same with IMUX. We had a couple nice targets here. Hit this target perfectly. This one as well, broke that low, hit my target. I was cool with that. Now I didn't have a profit target necessarily, which I should have here at 22. That would have been an extra, like, I don't know, $50 there probably with the 500 share position I had. But still, that would have been money regardless. So unfortunately, I didn't get to capitalize on my full position. This one as well. This is a nice buy because after touching 80 about 3-4 times already, I was like, okay, this is not gonna break lower. It's either gonna flush or it's gonna rip. So I took a long and ended up going to the highs that I was hoping for. So I didn't sell exactly where I wanted, but I did sell relatively close. And then this one, tried to buy the dip in anticipation of a bounce, and obviously just wasn't gonna work out. So sold that really quick. But I'd say managing my risk on these stocks with the shares that I'm taking, I'd say I did a pretty good job at that. But it's just capitalizing and understanding, like, this has been common since last week of trading in the range. I mean, someone called it out on Twitch last week that I was trading within this range, and I didn't realize it. And even now, I just didn't even realize it until just now. I was too busy focusing on the triangle formations here. So for example, we have one right here that was forming. Draw it out again. So I was seeing a triangle, too busy looking at a triangle, and this is why I took a long where I did back here, looking for that to break its high. That's why I took a long right here as well, looking for that to break the highs. But then I realized, oh wait, you know, we're actually not in a triangle formation here. I mean, technically we were, but it just wasn't breaking out. Instead, it was trading within this little range here. It's too late for me to notice, but I don't know. I just noticed too late. That's why I was taking these trades. I was going for a different setup entirely. Um, but this little range has been something that I should have been looking at as well. And I guess this is where the rectangles would have came in, right? So trading, you know, if it pops in that level, you sell. If it pops in this other level, you buy, right? So it's there, you buy, I guess, let's just say. But obviously I didn't capitalize on that, so little things like that I gotta work on, notice quicker. Let's see what else we have. TC popping up on the scans, HPCO. This one's consolidating quite some time now. Okay, that's gonna be it for me. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I will see y'all tomorrow. I just got back, so now I'm going to be working on the PowerPoint, finishing that up so I can do a monthly recap of September. I know it's so late already, 2 weeks in, but I got to do a monthly recap. And it's time to get real serious on this. Once I come out with the monthly recap, and like I said, I will open up the Discord server so that way everybody could join. I have never had a server before, so I'm kind of just, I've joined servers, but I've never actually owned one and managed it, so I'm going to have to figure all that out, do some research on that as well, and get a chat going, or figure out, you know, the admin roles and everything like that. So we'll go ahead and see what I do with the Discord server, but that's going to come out, like I said, after I finish with the monthly recap. So I'm going to go ahead and start focusing on that, and I will see you all tomorrow.